Have you ever felt like you're stuck in limbo, waiting for something to change, something to arrive, something to begin? Maybe you're waiting for an answer, a job callback, a relationship to heal, a diagnosis, a moment when things finally make sense. But in that space between what was and what's next, there's often nothing but silence, no clarity, no control, just waiting. And in that waiting, our minds race, we worry, we grasp. We want to do something, anything, to fill the discomfort of not knowing. But what if waiting itself is a sacred part of the journey? What if this quiet space you're in right now, the uncertainty, the stillness, is not a punishment, but a doorway? In this video, we'll explore why waiting is not wasted time, but one of the most spiritually transformative acts you can experience. We'll explore Buddhist insights on patience, surrender, and impermanence. We'll uncover the hidden wisdom in slowing down, being still, and not rushing to fix what isn't ready. And by the end, you may begin to see that what you're waiting for is already unfolding inside you. So take a breath, settle in. Let's explore the sacred art of waiting and how peace begins in the space we've been taught to avoid. 1. The culture of now, why waiting feels so hard. We live in a world that celebrates speed, instant replies, next-day shipping, productivity hacks, grind culture. We're taught that to wait is to fall behind, that if we're not moving forward, we're losing. But real life doesn't always move at the speed of a notification. Some things, the most meaningful things, unfold on their own time. Healing a broken heart, growing into your purpose, rebuilding trust, awakening spiritually. These cannot be rushed. Buddhism teaches the concept of khanti, the perfection of patience. Not passive endurance, but a noble strength, the ability to remain open and still amidst discomfort. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha says, patience is the highest asceticism, because waiting without bitterness, without grasping, takes more courage than most actions. When we wait, we meet our impatience, our fears, and our craving for control. We're forced to face the truth. We don't like uncertainty. We don't like not knowing. But here's the paradox. Rushing often delays the very peace we seek, like pulling at a flower before it blooms, or forcing open a cocoon. Real growth, real clarity requires time and trust. Waiting is not inaction, it's a deep inner activity, the space where unseen transformations occur. 2. Seasons don't rush, and neither should we. Look at the natural world. Nothing in nature hurries, yet everything is accomplished. The trees don't force their leaves to grow, the moon doesn't rush to shine. A caterpillar doesn't panic inside its cocoon. Nature trusts the process. And yet, when we're in periods of transition, we often resist. We say, I should be further along. Why hasn't this happened yet? Everyone else is moving forward but me. But maybe what looks like stillness is actually becoming. Think of winter. To the outside eye, it's a season of nothingness, bare trees, frozen ground, silence. But underground, roots are growing deeper. Energy is gathering. The earth is preparing for renewal. Your life has seasons too, and winter, though uncomfortable, is not a mistake. It's part of the cycle. In Buddhist teachings, this is called tathata, suchness, the deep acceptance of things just as they are. When you embrace the season you're in, even if it's silent, Even if it hurts, you stop resisting life. You stop saying, I need this to change to be okay, and start saying, I am here now, and that is enough. Waiting becomes not an obstacle, but a path of trust, of ripening, of quiet strength. So if you're in a winter right now, you're not failing, you're becoming. 3. What we miss when we rush through uncertainty. When we're caught in uncertainty, the temptation is to fix, decide, or escape. We scroll, we distract, we fantasize about what's next. But in doing so, we miss the gift right in front of us, the raw aliveness of the present moment. The Buddha taught, do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Waiting is one of the few experiences in life that forces us into presence, because there's nothing else to do. And in that stillness, our deeper truths begin to surface. Maybe we discover a grief we've been avoiding, a fear that needs our attention, a longing we never voiced, a sense of direction we couldn't feel through the noise. Uncertainty is not empty. It's full of clarity waiting to be uncovered, if we dare to sit with it. There's a story in Zen about a monk who asked his teacher, "What is the path?" And the teacher simply replied, "Everyday life is the path." We often want the next step to appear before we take it, but sometimes the next step is to wait, to stay, to listen more deeply, because the answers we seek aren't always out there. They arise in stillness. They arise when we stop demanding clarity and start becoming quiet enough to hear it. 4. The ego hates waiting, but the soul grows in it. Let's be honest, waiting brings up a lot of ego discomfort. It whispers, "You're being left behind. You're not good enough. You're wasting time." The ego wants control. It wants certainty. It wants progress now. But your deeper self, your soul, doesn't work that way. The soul is not afraid of slowness. It values depth over speed, presence over performance. In Buddhism, this tension between the ego and the deeper self is expressed through the idea of anatta, no fixed identity. The ego wants to be someone, a successful person, a healed person, a certain person, but the path of waiting dissolves that illusion. It says, you are not a finished product, you are a process. And in that process, you are allowed to not know, to not have it together, to not be at the end yet. There's sacred humility in admitting, I'm in the middle of the story. Spiritual maturity isn't about having answers, it's about having the patience to let life reveal them in time. Think of a river. When it flows slowly, it carves the deepest canyons. Your waiting time is not a detour. It's carving something in you, a new strength, a softer heart, a deeper wisdom. Let yourself be shaped by the waiting. Let it teach you things your ego never could. Because the truth is, when the future finally arrives, you'll realize it was never about the outcome. It was about who you became in the space between. 5. From resistance to reverence, a new way to wait. What if we changed the way we see waiting, not as a punishment, but as a sacred space? Not something to get through, but something to learn from. Let's talk about reverent waiting, a mindful, open-hearted way to meet the unknown. This doesn't mean pretending you enjoy being in limbo. It means shifting from resistance to curiosity. Instead of saying, why is this happening? try. What is this moment asking of me? Instead of, I need answers, try, I need presence. In the Satipatthana Sutta, the Buddha teaches us to observe our experiences without attachment, without aversion. This is the practice of equanimity, holding everything with spacious awareness. When we wait with equanimity, we become kinder to ourselves. We hold uncertainty with gentleness. We stop trying to rush what has its own divine timing. Try this in your own life. Breathe into the pause. When you feel that discomfort of not yet, place a hand on your heart. Say silently, this is hard, but I am here. I am breathing. Anchor in small certainties. Even when the big things are unknown, you can trust the ground beneath your feet. The sound of the wind, the warmth of tea, the breath in your lungs. Trust the unfolding. Remember, what is unclear now will become clear. And the version of you who will meet that clarity is still becoming. Waiting doesn't mean doing nothing. It means trusting that something sacred is happening, even if it's invisible. 6. Sacred delay. When life makes you wait for a reason. Have you ever looked back and thought, thank goodness that didn't happen when I wanted it to? Sometimes life delays us not to punish us, but to prepare us, to deepen our roots before we rise, to align us with something greater than we could plan. In Buddhism, this is known as karma, the law of cause and effect. But karma isn't just punishment or reward. It's the ripening of conditions, and some fruits aren't ready to fall just yet. Waiting can be a form of grace. It protects us from premature leaps. It invites us to mature emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. There's a Zen proverb, sitting quietly, doing nothing, spring comes, and the grass grows by itself. Life is always moving, even when it looks still. When we resist waiting, we miss the silent movements, the insight growing beneath confusion, the inner strength forming beneath fatigue, the grace being shaped in our silence. You are not behind. You are becoming. You are not forgotten. You are being readied. So if life is asking you to wait, don't rush. Don't resent it. Don't check out. Lean in. Because in the stillness, life is speaking. And sometimes it says more in whispers than in answers. 7. Peace is found in the pause. Let's return to where we began. That moment of waiting. That uncomfortable space between what was and what will be. What if this is where your peace lives? Not in arrival, not in certainty, but in the soft willingness to be here, now. The Buddha said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. When we stop struggling against the unknown, we open to the beauty that was always here, the sound of your own breath, the light in the morning window, the quiet miracle of existing right now. Waiting stops being a burden. It becomes a teacher. It teaches surrender. It teaches presence. It teaches trust. This is the sacred art of waiting, not giving up, but giving in to life, to timing, to something deeper than our plans. So the next time you find yourself in a space of not yet, don't panic, don't push, don't flee, pause, breathe, listen. You are not lost. You are being found. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to take a deep breath and simply be here now. There is no rush. Wherever you are in life, whatever season you're in, it is enough. Waiting is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is sacred. And it is yours. If you found peace in this reflection, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to our channel, Mindfulness, for more guided reflections and timeless teachings rooted in ancient wisdom. Every view, every comment, every share helps keep this space alive. A space for depth, slowness, and inner peace in a world that moves too fast. Until next time, may you wait with grace, may you breathe with ease, and may you trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should.